Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Celina Pereira. I love makeup and I'm from Sydney, Australia. Today's video is going to be my June yays and nays. What is happening to this year? I think I'm going to say every month how quickly it's going, but honestly, it is going absolutely nuts. But either way, I wanted to sit down and film for you guys my yays and nays. I don't have a lot of products to talk about this month, but I have tried a couple of little things. There's a couple of things in here that I kind of started using towards the middle to end of last month, but I wanted to wait for this month's video because really I fully used them in this month. Now before I get into this video, you guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also like this video if you enjoy it. And without further ado, if you guys want to see my June yays and nays, please keep on watching. Alright guys, so I'm going to start off with the skincare like I always do, and I've only really got one skincare product to talk about, and this is from SKYN ICELAND. It is the Pure Cloud Cream. Now I heard about this product through Jamie Genevieve. If you guys didn't know, she is one of my favourite artists here on YouTube. She is still up and coming, but I think that she is just so amazing. She has such amazing, beautiful looks. I will link her down below, that way you guys can check her out as well. She is just incredible. Now, it's a moisturizer, and this is what it looks like here. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. And when I first opened this, I was really scared by the way that it looks because it almost kind of looks like curdled milk. As disgusting as that sounds, it looks really, really strange. It's not like a normal cream. It doesn't have like a normal cream consistency, and when you touch it, it's almost like jelly. So it has a really, really weird consistency, but as soon as you take a little bit of it and you mix it in your hands, it does turn into a very creamy texture, and it just goes on the skin so nicely. It's not too greasy, but it just hydrates really, really nicely. So I think this could be really, really great for someone that is dry or oily. Great underneath makeup because it's not too heavy either. So this is a moisturizer that I have definitely been using quite a lot this month, and I will continue to use. Next product I want to talk about is a setting spray. This is from Tarte. It's the Ready Set Radiance. And when I first tried this product out, I wasn't the biggest fan, and the reason is because of the pump. Now, the product itself is actually really, really amazing, but the pump itself, it can be a little bit on the temperamental side. Always be sure to shake it before you use it, which is pretty much like any setting spray. I would always recommend to do that. But when you go to actually pump it, you have to give it a full solid pump. So you have to push it away from the top to the bottom, then it comes out quite nicely. I still get sometimes a couple of little droplets, and all I do is just take my standard beauty blender and then just blend those away. It does happen with this, and it also happens with my Fix Plus and a couple of other products. But I have grown to really like this product. I like the way that it makes my skin look really, really luminous. I've used it today. I use it usually on my skin before I apply highlight, just to intensify that highlight, and then also go over the top again to make sure that highlight really melts into the skin really nicely. And I've just really been liking the setting spray. Next product I want to talk about is from Maybelline, and this is the Superstay Better Skin Perfecting Powder Foundation. I use the shade Sand Sable. That is what it looks like right there. And this is basically a powder foundation. Now Maybelline is a drugstore brand, so it is super affordable, so great for those that are looking for something a little bit more budget friendly. I really like this powder. I think it's really, really nice. It is really nice and creamy and smooth. It doesn't look cakey on the skin. I would say that it has probably a more of a medium coverage. I wouldn't say it's a really full coverage like my MAC Studio Fix, but it definitely has some coverage there. So I do use it to set the whole face, because for an everyday natural look, I do like to set my face with powder, obviously so that way my makeup lasts all day, but I don't want to go with something as intense as the Studio Fix. So I usually go to this. Now I do have two complaints about this product. One being the shade range. There is two shades in this powder foundation. There is this one and a lighter one, and the light one is just way too light for my skin, and then this one, it is pretty much in line with my skin, but if you are darker than me, this is going to be way too light for you. So I think the Maybelline really needs to extend the shade range because it's really limiting at the moment. The other thing that I really don't like about this is the packaging. It is really, really, really bulky. As you can see, that's how far it stretches out to. And the reason is because Maybelline has put this little compartment here to put the sponge that it comes with. And I mean, I don't use the sponge personally, but Maybelline could have chosen another way to do it. A classic example of what is usually used in these kinds of products is the sponge will be put underneath the powder. So this is my MAC Studio Fix, just to give you a bit of an example. And if you click this part up, you'll see that that's where the sponge lives in there. So I think that would have been a much more appropriate packaging option because it's a little bit more compact. You can see the difference between both of them. The Studio Fix is more compact and it's a little bit easier to travel with. Again, my opinions, the product itself is really great. Packaging and the shade range does definitely need to be improved in my opinion. And I've spoken about this in the past, so if you guys have seen my previous videos, you'll know about this, but I am not the biggest fan of blush simply because I already have quite a bit of redness. So I put foundation on to eliminate redness, and then the thought of applying more redness or even a pink shade to me defeats the purpose. So I usually don't really like blush, but I've lately been getting more and more into it, and I've really been finding shades that I really like. So I'm more into the warm and more peachy tones when it comes to blush. So this one here from Hourglass, it's in the shade Brilliant Nude, and it's the Ambient Strobe Lighting Blush, and that's what it looks like there. I love Hourglass and their products, but I think that one thing that really kicks it up a notch for me is the packaging, because I mean, look at how stunning this packaging is, and also the way they do their product in the pans. So all of their bronzers and blushes and those kinds of products all have this really nice marbled effect. The Ambient Lighting Powder has that really nice kind of almost baked finish to it, which is really beautiful as well. But I love the way this looks in the pan to begin with, and it is such a stunning shade. I'm going to swatch it for you. That's what it looks like there. I know I've lost a nail. Let's get over it. That is what it looks like. It has a really, really pretty sheen as well. So it gives you a really nice, healthy glow from within look. And that is all to do with the ambient lighting side of this. And I'm excited to try some of their other shades as well, because I've heard that there are a couple more shades that are in that really nice bronzy, peachy range as well. Next up is a couple of highlighting products. And the first one that I want to talk about is from ColourPop. This is the Super Shock Cheek Highlighter, and this is in the shade Flexitarian. I think I'm saying that right. This is what it looks like here, and I actually bought this highlighter a while ago, and I just had it sitting there and really didn't use it, and then I just pulled it out one day and I was absolutely amazed by it. I mean, look at how amazing that is. It is such a stunning, blinding highlight. It's almost like a champagne, but more on the side of silver, and it's just absolutely stunning. It gives you that really pretty, really nice highlighted and very wet look, and I just love it. It's one of my favorites for this month. Because one highlighting product isn't enough, I also wanted to include this one here. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Gueirro Glow Kit. Now this has already been on the market for a couple of months, and I did purchase it when it first came out in Australia, which was a few months ago. And again, the same thing, I had it kind of sitting there. I used it once or twice. The first time I used it, not that I wasn't totally blown away with it, but I knew it was pretty. I really did like it, but I kind of just put it aside and forgot about it. And I recently picked it up again, started using it again, and I have been loving it. So I'm actually using it today. I'm using the shades Glow Getter and Forever Lit for my highlight today, and I think it looks absolutely stunning. Glow Getter is definitely my favorite shade, and I really also like 143, which I've actually got on the inner corner and the brow bone today. And I really like even all the shades in this palette. Daydream is an absolutely stunning color. They're all really, really pretty. And this is just a few of the shades. Oh, they're so, so beautiful. So I've got Forever Lit, I have Daydream, I have Glow Getter, and I have Kitty Cat. And you can see they're just so pretty. Forever Lit almost has like a purple pinky duochrome. I don't think that the camera is picking it up, but it in person has that kind of purpley pinky iridescent duochrome, and it is so pretty. So honestly, I think that this is worth it. Nicole Gueirro, I have been following her for a very long time. She was one of the first people that I actually followed on YouTube, so the fact that now she's come up with this palette is absolutely amazing. I think that it's great for everyone, and I think that even every single skin tone can use at least two of the highlighters from this kit. Last product that I want to talk about in the highlighting kind of realm, it's highlighting and also contouring, is the Tarteist Pro Glow palette. This is what it looks like here. It is like a little contouring book situation. That's what it looks like. And this palette comes with a cream contouring shade, a powder contour shade, and 4 highlighting shades. The highlighters are absolutely stunning. I think my favorite one here is the shade Stunner, and that is what she looks like there. Absolutely beautiful. I'll just do a hand swatch as well, that way you can see. Really pretty. The cream contour shade, which is called Shade, is also a really, really nice formula. It looks really dark in the pan because it is dark in the pan, but it blends out really, really nicely, so it's not so intense. It's got a really nice creamy finish, and I really like that. And the Sculpt shade as well is really nice too. It's not too warm, it's not too cool tone. It's a really good in-between shade. The palette itself as well smells amazing. It kind of smells like a little bit like the Too Faced bronzers, that kind of chocolatey kind of smell, and it is absolutely stunning. I really have been liking this. Great for traveling because you've got a few different highlighting options with different undertones along with contouring all in one palette. The only thing about this palette is just with the packaging, it does get dirty quite easily because it is matte and it's black. So any bits of shimmer, any bits of anything will cling to this. But at the end of the day, if you're traveling with it or if you're a working makeup artist, everything's going to get dirty anyway, regardless of what the packaging is like. So that's a bit of side note that doesn't really bother me that much. The last product that I want to talk about in complexion is from Benefit, and I actually thought that this product would be too light for my skin tone when I first looked at it. It's the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick, and this is what she looks like here. It's a cream contour stick, and it's the same shade as the Hoola bronzer. I don't know why I thought it would be too light because I use Hoola bronzer. It's one of the first high-end bronzers that I ever purchased, and I love it. But this contour stick is really nice. It is really creamy, so it blends out so beautifully. That is the shade. It blends out so smoothly and so effortlessly. I just did like a bit of a little blend there, and you can see just how nicely that blends it out, and that was with no effort at all. So if you're someone that's also a beginner when it comes to cream contouring, I really recommend this product because it blends out with absolute ease. You don't have to be a professional to blend it out. Anyone can do it. So if you're looking for a contour stick, even if you're experienced, but if you're looking for a really good quick contour stick, hence why it's called Quickie Contour Stick, check out this one from Benefit. Next product I want to talk about is from NARS. It's the NARS Loaded Eyeshadow Palette, and I absolutely love this eyeshadow palette. I'm actually wearing it on my eyes today, and if you guys want to see a tutorial on this look, then please let me know down below. But I absolutely love this palette. I think that it is great for the everyday. It has so many stunning shades that anyone can use for an everyday look. It has a good mix of cool tone and warm tone shadows which can be used as individual looks or also together, and I just think that it's really, really beautiful. I love this mirror finished packaging and the gold, and it's just so beautiful. NARS has such amazing packaging, and the formula of the shadows as well is absolutely beautiful. I believe they actually reformulated the shadows for this particular palette. Whatever NARS did, they've done an amazing job on this palette, and I absolutely love it. Last product that I want to talk about for my yays is this product from NYX. It is the Tinted Brow Mascara, and I use the shade Chocolate, and basically it's just a tinted brow gel. The reason that I like this so much is that it gives me such nice volume and holds so well. Now, I have been a dedicated fan of the Clear Brow Gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I still like that one, but I do also want to give you guys different options for those of you that are looking for something a little bit more affordable. NYX is a drugstore brand, so it is affordable. I believe this product was about $10, $9.95 or something like that. I'll have a link down below. I could be wrong, but I will link it down below with the price as well. And I just really like this. Now, it is a little bit lighter than my hair. I feel that when I use this brow gel and this particular color, I feel that it actually makes my natural brow hairs stick out more. And I think that's because it is a little bit lighter. It kind of highlights the hairs, if that makes sense. So I'm really liking this. Again, super affordable, and it's one of my favorites. Alright guys, that was it for my yays for this month, and now I'm going to move on to the nays. Like I say in every single video, you guys, this is not to offend anyone. If you like these products, good for you. They just didn't work for me personally, which sucks because no one wants to spend money on products that don't work for them. So if it works for you, then awesome, but these just didn't work for me. So the first one I want to talk about is from Glam Glow, and I am a huge fan of Glam Glow's products, full stop. Their skincare is absolutely amazing. I love their face masks. I use the Super Mud, the Gravity Mud, and the Thirsty Mud very often, but the Glow Starter just didn't do it for me. And it says it's a Mega Illuminating Moisturizer. I have got the shade Nude Glow, which is their middle shade. This is what it looks like. And the product itself, it's really moisturizing. I will give it that. You can see it does have a little bit of a sheen to it, which is really pretty. The biggest issue that I have with this product is the fragrance. And I'm one of those people that fragrance doesn't usually really annoy me, but this fragrance, it reminds me of like cough medicine that I used to have when I was a kid. And it's just so strong. When you first apply it, you smell it. And I actually thought that the smell would actually die down throughout the day and throughout doing my makeup. I was finished my makeup and I could still smell it. And every time I touched my face, it was almost like it reactivated the fragrance again. I just really can't stand the fragrance on this. Whether I will finish it off, maybe not, but the fragrance actually makes me quite ill. So I don't know if I'll be finishing it off. I'll probably just give it to someone, see if they don't mind the fragrance. But for me, it's a no-go. Next product I want to talk about is from Smashbox. This is the Photo Finish Radiance Primer. And this is a new primer that Smashbox has come out with. Again, it's supposed to be radiant and moisturizing and make you look like a glowing goddess. Personally, I just think it's really, really thick and it doesn't give me much illumination personally. That's it on the back of my hand. I don't think it does anything super special. I absolutely am ride or die for my MAC strobe cream, and I think this is a much better option. This one that I use is Silver Light, but they do have a gold one as well. I just want to show you what that looks like on the back of my hand so that way you can see. Price point, I don't know if there's much of a difference, but I mean, that's the MAC one, and you can see it is so much more illuminating than the Smashbox one. And I know that Smashbox is known for their primers. This one just didn't do it for me. Last product that I want to talk about, and I know it's a bit of a gimmick, and I bought it because I saw Desi Perkins using it, and I thought, okay, that's going to be a great solution for me as well. These are the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Stencils. Now, I bought these because, like I said, Desi was using them in one of her videos, and I always struggle to do my brows in the morning because my brows are not this full. I do have a brow tutorial on my channel. If you guys want to see it, I will link it down below. I have changed the way I do my brows now, so it is a little bit outdated, but I always struggle in the morning to get the perfect shape, and my biggest issue is matching up my brows. That's where my biggest struggle is. So I thought these would be great because they would just give me an instant kind of brow shape to then work off and be easier to use. And to be honest, they're just a bit of a mess. I think that the shapes are all pretty similar and I don't see much of a difference. I don't think that there's a lot of option there. I think that the solution for that is literally just to get a different type of brow stencil, but it's really hard to gauge what the shape is going to be, especially when you're looking at them online. So for me, personally, they didn't work. Maybe I'm using them wrong. So if you guys use this product and if you guys like it, please let me know down below how you use it and I will try it again. I think this will be great for when I'm working on clients and I just want to quickly get through the brows and just have a bit of a stencil there. I think that it would work. But for me personally, with the kind of brow that I like, I think that it's just too difficult for me to use on myself personally, and it's just a bit of a no for me. Alright guys, that was it for my yays and nays for the month of June. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And guys, please, again, don't forget that any of the nays that I mentioned in this video, just because it didn't work for me, doesn't mean it's not going to work for you. I'm just sharing my personal opinion and my experience with these products. And it sucks that I have products that don't work for me, but that's life. That's the way it is. And also, guys, don't forget to let me know in the comments down below what you've been loving for the month of June. I always want an excuse to buy more makeup. Also, guys, please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel and turn my notifications on so you don't miss out on anything I post. If you want to check me out on my other social media, I am c.jayne.pereira on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, and Pinterest. And once again, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah!